Baseball is an expensive game. Just ask any parent who has kids in Little League. They'll tell you about all the money they're spending on their kids trying to get them to develop the game. So imagine what it must be like for kids in disadvantaged neighborhoods. Tim Vetcher standing by live now with more on how baseball is using the history of the game to get more inner city kids involved. Tim?
Yeah, Steve, I can tell you there are efforts underway to grow the game in the African American community, bring it up to, say, the level of basketball or football. But there was a time many years ago when baseball was extremely popular with African Americans. In fact, they fielded their own league. Frank Gulko made it a point that his son Frankie got to see the Negro Leagues exhibit at FanFest.
It goes back to the beginning of baseball, and baseball was baseball, and standards, and were really kept up to par. And especially back then when we weren't allowed to actually play.
The exhibit highlights the baseball league that featured almost exclusively African Americans. It included some of the best players of all time, names like Cool Papa Bell, Satchel Paige, and Roy Campanella.
I think it's great to be able to see everything that they have here, because it's not anything that I've really been exposed to before.
I bought this in the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
For Paul Kiley, who wore a Jackie Robinson jersey to the exhibit, it made him appreciate even more what the Brooklyn Dodger great accomplished when he broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball.
It was a very huge deal. They had to find the right person at the right time, and he went against all the owners. But once it was a success, all the owners got in line.
Frank and his son hope others get to experience what they did and learn more about the Negro Leagues and its important place in baseball history.
To bring them here just to see the exhibits is one thing, but to show them the importance of where baseball started from and originated from, it'll give him a sense of the pride and tradition in baseball the way I grew up learning too.
Yeah. The Negro Leagues Museum that's here in town is just a small percentage of what the Negro Leagues Museum has to offer. There's much more to see and do at the Negro Leagues main headquarters that's in Kansas City, Missouri. Steve?